This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Stay calm in this storm. Will you do whatever you have to do to make sure Donald Trump is not elected president again in 2024? Will you do whatever you have to do? I think that every American, everyone who loves and believes in this democratic experiment of ours, has got to ask themselves that question. Are you prepared to do whatever you have to do to make sure Trump doesn't win? Liz Cheney's out on a book tour. She's got her book out and she's making the circuit and she's talking about this, and she said she'll do whatever she has to do to make sure Trump doesn't win. I like the way she framed that. I relate to that. In 2020, me, Joe Walsh, Tea Party conservative, did whatever I could do to make sure Trump wasn't elected, didn't win in 2020. Without a prayer, I challenged him in a Republican primary. And then I spent all of 2020 doing whatever I could do to help Biden win. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not on the left. I'm still a man of the right. None of that mattered to me, because I believed then and I believe now that Donald Trump is anti-American. I believe he's an immediate threat to our democracy. For those of you who feel that way, no matter your politics, conservative or liberal, left, right, if you believe this man running for president, who's got 91 criminal counts against him, he's going to be sitting in a courtroom all year next year as he campaigns for president. If you believe, as I do, that he is a direct threat to our democracy, will you do whatever you have to do, whatever you can do to make sure he doesn't win? And the beauty of that question is the answer is simple yes. And then the call to action is even more simple and more direct. It goes like this. Understand that in 2024, one of only two people will be elected president. Either the Democratic nominee or the Republican nominee. That's it. No one else. The only two people who have a chance to get elected in 2024 will be the Democratic nominee and the Republican nominee. Nobody else. So, knowing that and believing that Trump will be the Republican nominee, if you want to keep Donald Trump out of the White House, you are called to support the Democratic nominee. Period. Joe Biden, assuming he's the Democratic nominee. If we believe Trump is a direct threat to our democracy, if we believe Donald Trump is unfit to be president, It is our civic duty to support the only person who can beat Trump, and that would be the Democratic nominee. It is our obligation as Americans to support whoever the Democratic nominee is. Not to vote third party, not to vote for an independent candidate, not to run for president yourself, not to sit out the presidential race. No. It's simple. If you truly want Donald Trump stopped in 2024, you have to vote for whoever the Democratic nominee is, and you have to campaign your ass off for whoever the Democratic nominee is. That is the only option you have. I would say this to Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney's talking about, she said, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure Trump doesn't win. She said, I may run third party. I may do this. I may do that. She said, I may vote for Joe Biden. I may do whatever I have to do. And I'm saying, Liz, there's no strategy here. There's nothing to weigh. If you truly want to stop Trump, the only thing you have is support the Democratic nominee. Don't run for president. That will help Trump. Don't vote third party. That will help Trump. Don't vote for an independent. That will help Trump. And by the way, as a never Trumper, I am a never Trumper. It's not politically courageous for me. I'm not a Democrat, but it's not politically courageous for me to support Joe Biden. It's my duty as an American. It's my duty as a defender of our democracy. I believe Liz Cheney will get there, and she'll realize the only thing she is called to do in 2024 to stop Trump is to be all in and support the Democratic nominee and quit all this talk of hers about running. And quit all this talk that maybe she might have to vote for Biden. No, she will. Will you do everything you can do to stop Trump? I will. Will you? I'm Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. JoeWalshWhiteFlag@gmail.com. One word, JoeWalshWhiteFlag@gmail.com. Good week, baby. Halfway through. Hope it's going well. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.